Mod from the GMS to Engineer 2 Camp, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All praises to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the sincere Akim, keeping their garments and enduring to the end. Today I had this article. It's entitled from the Blacklisted News. It's entitled New City Ordinance Outlaws Giving Money to Panhandlers. Violators will be fined and jailed. It said Wichita, Kansas. Wichita used to be known as Cowtown because of its cattle trade, but now if people stop and give something as small as a cheeseburger to a homeless person, they run the risk of going to jail and paying a $500 fine. It says the ordinance was recently approved by the city council and now complicates matters for both panhandlers and philanthropic citizens alike. It says beatdowns and arrests by police are unfortunately becoming a larger and larger part of the homeless culture. It says not only do police regularly harass the homeless, but TFTP has reported on incidents in which officers have confiscated blankets and tents from homeless people in the middle of the winter. It said whether the dehumanization is to make way for the up and coming comic book festival or just a run in the mill sadistic police gang murder, homeless folks in the U.S. are finding themselves in an increasingly hostile police state. It says cops in Saginaw, Michigan, who shot and killed homeless Saginaw resident Milton Hall in firing squad fashion during a confrontation in a shopping plaza parking lot. We're told that they wouldn't face any charges. Who cares about one dead homeless guy, right? It says not only are police attacking the homeless, but they are also attacking people for helping the homeless. And as this now, so like new ordinance in Wichita highlights helping those in need can now land you in jail. It says the police say they see the homeless situation in Wichita as more of a drug and alcohol addiction problem rather than an issue of hunger. Police have even created inter-organizational teams called teams, homeless outreach teams. It said hot team members offer a hot meal and warm place to stay, but admit most homeless people don't accept their offer. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much the the gist of this article. Now I'm gonna get into some scriptures about about this whole thing. So when you look at the word, I looked at the word panhandler, which I mean I already know what it meant. I just wanted to get a more correct definition. It says meaning. It says an act of begging is attested from 1849, perhaps from notions of arms struck out like a panhandle or of one who handles a beggar's pan. All right, so that's pretty much that definition of panhandlers. Now I'm going to hit some of the scriptures. This is let's see, Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and they write grievousness which they have prescribed." All right, because according to the scriptures, you're supposed to give to the poor, help people in need. All right, so that's basically going against the scriptures by you, what I'm saying, rejecting people that are homeless or that people that are in need. All right. Next scripture I have is this is the book of Hebrews 13:16. It says, "But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifice God is well pleased." It said, "But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for which such sacrifice the Most High is well pleased. So I mean, doing, like I said, basically helping or giving to the poor, that's something good that the Most High, respects, like alms, which the word alms is basically talking about like charity. All right. But I mean, this is the spirit that Esau, the so-called white man, is in. He's gonna try and ban people from doing good, you know what I'm saying, and helping people that need it, that don't have. This is the book of Luke. This is Luke chapter 3, verse 10. It says, this is Luke chapter 3, verse 10, and the people asked him, saying, what shall we do then? He answered and said unto them, he that have 2 coats, let him impart to him that have none, and he that have meat, let him do likewise. So, if somebody doesn't have something, it will be the brotherly thing to do to basically, look out and then try and help them out. But, the so-called white man, it's like he tries to, he creates laws that basically go against doing that, basically. He creates laws that basically go against that, which I'm going into, which is, helping the poor. It's Ephesians chapter 4, verse 27. Says, it said, neither give place to the devil. Let him that's Salakia, let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the things which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth. All right, so you know what I'm saying. So basically, you're supposed, one, you're supposed to work, the people, the brothers at work or whatever, you're supposed to try and help the poor, somebody that doesn't have something, like, if we can, for example, what I mean, somebody is, if you see a Jake that's like homeless, what I'm saying, or doesn't, or you could tell that they really seriously need something, what I'm saying, you should if it's within your power, try and help them out or whatever. If you have, what I'm saying, just like it was saying in the last scripture, if you have 2 coats, give them the other one. I mean, it's not asking too much. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 42. It said, give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. So that's a scripture right there that just cuts what they were just talking about. It said, give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. So you're not supposed to turn away, somebody that is a so-called, what they call panhandler, somebody that needs something, somebody that doesn't have. You're not supposed to, basically, you're not supposed to turn them away. And this is the spirit of the so-called white man, is to just like our people, our people are in need, which I'm talking about the Israelites, and the Most High, turns them away, turns his, I'm sorry, Salaki, the so-called white man turns them away. You know what I mean? So this is see, Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 9. It said, go ye therefore unto the highway. Salaki, I'm sorry. Oh, Salaki, I'm sorry. Proverbs. Salaki. It said, he that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth his bread to the poor. So the Most High is saying that he's going to bless you because you give your bread, which is, food, your resources to the poor, the people that don't have, that are in need. So, this straight up, this law, this grievous law that the so-called white man puts out, this totally goes against the scriptures. Totally goes against the scriptures. And this is a perfect example of how, in this society, Babylon, they're waxing worse and worse and going against the scriptures. Just think about how many, all right, this is like we say, this is a law that, because it's gonna come a time when, like, so they're making it unlawful for you to feed the poor. They're gonna fine you, so they're discouraging feeding the poor. But there's gonna come a time when there's gonna be a lot of people that are poor. There's gonna be, economic collapse and all that. So you mean to tell me they're gonna be fining people for trying to support the poor or help somebody that's in need? You know what I mean? They're gonna fine you for that, or even arrest you. That's why we say this place gotta go. So, man, it's pretty much it. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the sincere Akim, laboring in true sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom.